Hello, everyone. Bonjour, class. Hello, class. Today, I'm going to go over what needs to be accomplished today as well as some vocab. So, first things first, you do have a bell ringer for today. So, make sure that you check slide 1 on Mercredi, Wednesday. So, make sure to answer those questions on the Quasimodo, the document icon that you clicked on yesterday. The second thing I want to talk about is the lesson for today. So, we're going to review and go over some vocab. And then third, the practice is just to complete the 2 slides on slides 14 and 15 on the weekly lessons. So that has vocab to go over for like salutations and greetings. And so we're going to talk about all of that today. So first vocab word that I would like to talk about is just a review of what we did yesterday. So we went over yesterday, we went over what salut was. We went over what bonjour was. We learned je m'appelle. And we learned the subject pronouns. So I'm going to draw my subject pronouns box here, and we're going to fill this out together. So salut, if you remember correctly, salut means hi. So we're going to write down hi. Salut means hi. And bonjour meant hello. Je m'appelle was my name is. And the subject pronouns in French that we learned were je, tu, il, elle, on. And before we fill in the second half, let's go through what these ones mean. So je meant I, tu meant you, informal. I'm going to just write INF because I'm running out of space. Il meant he, elle was she, and on is we, informal, one, or it. Next, we have nous, and nous means we. We have vous. Vous meant you, formal, or y'all, if you were talking to more than one. Then we have il with an S and elle with an S. So il meant they, but specifically for what genders? Let's see if you remember. It was boys. I'm going to draw a little arrow down here. So boys or boys and girls. And they, for elle, was girls only. Girls only. So now let's talk about some new vocab for today. So that was what we went through yesterday. So the new vocab for today is going to be au revoir. And so au revoir just means goodbye. So we learned how to say hello. Now let's learn how to say goodbye. Next we have bonsoir. Bonsoir means good evening. Bon après midi means good afternoon. So good evening is anything pretty much like 6 and on, and good afternoon is afternoon, like literally afternoon until about 6 o'clock. I'm not going to be a stickler about the times though, just as long as you know it. So we have au revoir, which means goodbye. Bonsoir, which means good evening. Bon après-midi means good afternoon. We already learned je m'appelle. Let's learn how to say what is your name. So we have comment. So comment tu t'appelles. So comment tu t'appelles means what is your name? What is your name? So we have comment tu t'appelles, what is your name? There's another way to say this too. You could say tu t'appelles comment. And you just kind of switch things around. Next, I want to talk about how to say please. So we have s'il, like s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît means please. You can also change out the vous and make it informal by saying s'il te plaît. So if you were talking to me and you wanted to say please, you'd use the s'il vous plaît. But if you were just talking to a friend, you'd use s'il te plaît. Next up is how to ask how old somebody is. So to ask how old somebody is, we have quel. So quel âge as-tu? So we have quel âge as-tu? Or tu as quel âge? Tu as quel âge? It means the same thing. You just can switch some things around in French. So quel âge as-tu or tu as quel âge, which means how old are you? So you have how old are you? All right, let's talk about how to say how old you are. I'm going to put little dots here so you know what the vocab words are. So to say how old you are, you need j'ai. So j'ai, and you put your number. And next is ans, A-N-S. So j'ai, your number, and then ans. And this just essentially means I am blank years old. Literally, it means I have blank years. So French is very literal, where in English we can say I am something, but really it means I have. So this means I am, you put your number, and then years old. Okay, let's review all this real quick. So this was from yesterday. I'm not going to go back through all that again. We have au revoir, which means goodbye. Bonsoir, which means good evening. Bon après-midi, which means good afternoon. Comment tu t'appelles, or tu t'appelles comment, which means what is your name. S'il vous plaît, or s'il te plaît, which means please. Quel âge as-tu, or tu as quel âge, which means how old are you. And j'ai, and then you put your number, ans means I am blank years old. So let's talk a little bit about how to say numbers. So for numbers, we're only going to talk about 1 through, actually let's do 10 through 18 for right now, just for today. So 10 through 18, scratch that. We'll just do 0 through 20. It'll make it easier. So for 0 through 20, there's a video for you to watch. In the video, it talks about the numbers 0 through 20. So we have 0, which means 0. So 0 is 0. 1 is 1. 2 is 2. Then we have 3, 4, 5, like cinq. This one's pretty easy. 6, 7, like set. 8. So this is like wheat. This is like set. This is like cinq. 9 is neuf. And then we have dix. Like dix right here. Dix. So 1 through 10, let's do 11 through 20. 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15. I know these are kind of spelt weird. This is like cans. And this is like cat oars, like oars of a boat. 16 is says, like Simon says. 17 kind of gets really nice. So we're going to combine two numbers. We're going to combine 10 and 7 to get 17. We got to do some math. So 17 becomes 17. 18, we do the same thing. 10 and 8 is 18. 19 is the same. So 19. And 20 is 20. Like vent without the T. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's it for numbers. Last thing that I want to talk about today, and I know I'm giving you lots of notes, are how to ask how people are doing. So I want to make sure that you can fill out this last slide. And so we're going to ask how people are doing by first saying, this is all about how are you. So first we're going to say ça va. And ça va just means, how's it going? Next we have comment vas-tu, which also means how's it going or how are you doing? Just how we have an informal, there's a formal for this one too. So it's comment allez-vous. And it means the same thing. So all three of these mean how is it going? There's just a different way to say it. Now let's talk about how you're doing. So expressions. So to say that you're just doing all right, things it's going. We say ça va, means it's going. Next, we have ça va très bien. And this is your key part. So ça va très bien means it's going very well. Like I'm doing really well. Ça va bien means I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. Ça va comme ci, comme ça, or just comme ci, comme ça. So comme ci, comme ça is so-so. Like, meh, I'm not good, I'm not bad. I'm one of the two. We have ça va mal, which means bad. It's not going well. Bad or not well. And then the last one is ça va très mal. This means very bad. So très means very. If you didn't put that together, très means very, and bien means good or well. Mal means bad or not well. So if you learn mal and bien and the words très, you can make these two vocab words. Last couple parts, we're going to talk about saying thank you. So if somebody asked you how you're doing, you told them how you were doing and how your day was going, the next thing you'll want to say is thank you or thanks a lot. So to say thank you, we're going to say merci. I'm sure you've seen it or heard it everywhere. Merci is thank you. And the next word I want to talk about is beaucoup. Beaucoup means a lot. So to say thank you a lot or thank so much, you say merci beaucoup. And it means thanks a lot. So that's pretty much it for today. There are 3 other little vocab words that I'll just briefly talk about, just so you can fill them out on that Google slide. But there's et toi, which means and you, or if you're using the formal, et vous, and both of those mean and you. So if you're asking somebody else how they're doing. And then the last ones you should already know based off just hearing them. There's oui and no. So oui means yes and no means no. So that's it for the vocab. Let's go back through everything that we just covered. So first thing that we're going to talk about is au revoir, which means goodbye. Bonsoir, which means good evening. Bon après-midi means good afternoon. Comment tu t'appelles or tu t'appelles comment means what is your name. S'il vous plaît and s'il te plaît both mean please. Quel âge as-tu means how old are you, and same thing with tu as quel âge. You have j'ai plus your number, and then en to say I am blank years old. To say numbers, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And the last part that we talked about were how to ask somebody how they were and how to express how you were. So, ça va, comment vas-tu, and comment allez-vous all mean how is it going. So all 3 of these mean how is it going. To express how you're doing, we have ça va, which just means it's going. Ça va très bien means very well. It's going very well. So these all mean it's going. So it's going very well. Ça va bien means it's going well or I'm good. Comme ci, comme ça means so-so, like you're neither good, you're neither bad. It's just in the middle. Ça va mal means it's going bad or it's not going well. Ça va très mal means I'm doing really bad or it's not going well at all. Then we want to thank them for asking us, so we say merci. If we really want to thank them a lot, we can say merci beaucoup, which means thanks a lot. To ask them how they're doing, we can just turn it around and say et toi or et vous, and that means and you. And remember, one of these is formal and one of them is informal. So this one is the informal and this one is the formal. Oui means yes and no means no. So that's it for the vocab today. Don't forget to make sure that you get your syllabus signed for tomorrow. And there's a vocab quiz tomorrow covering all of this stuff that we just went over, as well as the vocab from yesterday. So everything on these 3 sheets, this stuff up here and the stuff that we just went over today. Make sure to rewatch the video as many times as you need in order to make sure that you're ready for the quiz. Plus, see you later.